What if I told you that the secret to being irresistibly magnetic has nothing to do with what you say, how you look, or how much effort you put in? What if the real key is to just stop trying? I know it sounds crazy, maybe even backward. But in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how the art of energetic detachment can stop you from forcing connections and turn you into a magnet for the right people and opportunities. Rereading a text a dozen times, replaying a conversation in your head, wondering if you said the right thing. Maybe you know that subtle, draining feeling of being the one who always initiates, who puts in more effort, who's always chasing. It puts our sense of validation and happiness in someone else's hands. We end up feeling like we're in a never-ending audition for an audience that may or may not clap. When you chase something, you're coming from a place of lack. You're subconsciously sending out a signal that says, I'm not whole without this, or I need your approval to feel complete. People feel this, even if they can't quite put their finger on it. Your energy speaks before you do. Neediness and desperation create resistance. And when they don't, it stings because we didn't just offer our presence. We offered our effort, our energy, and our power. Attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby, shows how our first relationships create a blueprint for how we connect with others. The strive for control is what fuels the over-texting and the constant need for reassurance. It's the whole fill your own cup first idea. Your magnetism isn't something you manufacture. It's what you reveal when you peel back the layers of self-doubt. But nobody wants to feel like they're just an object in someone else's plan. Dive into your hobbies, your passions, and your goals with everything you've got. Invest your energy into your purpose and your well-being. It's not an act. It's the natural result of genuine self-worth and strong boundaries. You don't spiral because of a delayed text or a vague comment, because your sense of self isn't on the line. This comes from practicing mindfulness, being present in the moment, instead of getting lost in anxious thoughts. It allows you to observe your emotions without letting them run the show. Once you've filled your own cup and built an unbothered frame, your presence begins to send out a whole new signal. Think about it. Your internal state broadcasts itself without you ever saying a word. You trust the process. You let go of the need to control because you have a deeper faith that what's meant for you will find you when you're in alignment. The state feels different. It feels like peace. It feels like freedom. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's one small step you can take today to stop chasing and start attracting? Let go of the need to chase, to prove, and to control. Your real power isn't in what you can get from the world, but in the wholeness you build within yourself. Focus on filling your own cup, hold a strong and loving frame, and trust the shift that follows. When you become so whole and present in your own life, you stop being a chaser and become the magnet. Make sure to like and subscribe for more insights on becoming your most magnetic self. There are no games to play because you're not trying to get anything. You're simply being. And in that state of authentic, self-possessed being, you become irresistibly magnetic. People and opportunities that match your new frequency are naturally drawn into your orbit, not because you chase them, but because they're a match for the person you've become. Your focus, your confidence, and your sense of peace all project outward through your body language, your tone of voice, and the overall presence you bring into a room. The psychologist Carl Jung called this the journey of individuation, becoming a whole, integrated self. But when you focus inward on your own wholeness, you project a calm, coherent confidence that people naturally notice. You stop trying to force reality with your words and actions and instead start to shape it with your presence. You're no longer pushing energy out in a desperate chase. You're becoming a gravitational force, a magnet. True wholeness isn't found in someone else, but in bringing together all the different parts of ourselves. When you stop looking outside for fulfillment and start creating it inside, your entire presence changes. When people sense that you need a specific outcome from them, they feel pressure, and the natural response to pressure is to pull away. Instead, you arrive with a cup that's already overflowing. You're not there to get something, you're there to share. This energy is incredibly attractive because it's generous, stable, and free. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate joy and self-sufficiency because it feels safe and inspiring. If we developed an insecure attachment style, we might be anxious and fear abandonment, which fuels that chasing behavior. The more you try to prove your value, the more you signal that you doubt it yourself. This is the great paradox. Your intense effort to build a connection becomes the very thing that sabotages it. You're broadcasting scarcity, and the world can only reflect that back to you. When your boundaries are strong, you don't need to chase or control. You simply observe if people are willing and able to meet you there. If they aren't, you can lovingly detach and walk away without it turning into a crisis because you're committed to protecting your own peace. This creates a powerful sense of intrigue. People with a strong, unbothered frame are seen as high value because they aren't desperate for approval. Their self-respect is tangible, and respect is a cornerstone of any real attraction. The chase isn't just ineffective, it's a profound drain on your life force, giving away the very power you need to be truly magnetic. We try to lock down the connection by holding on tighter, but in doing so, we often suffocate the very space needed for genuine attraction to grow. This cycle leaves us feeling unseen, undervalued, and questioning our own worth. But what if the whole idea is flawed? What if the very act of chasing is what pushes away the things we want most? It's that feeling of showing up to a relationship or a friendship with your hands out, just hoping someone will meet you halfway. You are not here to beg for love or attention. You are here to attract it, the art of energetic detachment. And let's be clear what this is and isn't. Detachment is not being cold, aloof, or indifferent. That's just avoidance. Healthy detachment is releasing your grip on outcomes. It's deciding to anchor your power within yourself, not in other people's responses. It's a shift from a state of doing to a state of being. Let's break this down into 3 pillars. We spend so much energy trying to convince people of our worth, manage their perception of us, and control how things turn out. When you find yourself overfunctioning like this, trying way too hard to fix or manage a situation is often a sign that you've already crossed your own boundaries. We think if we can just be charming enough, say the perfect thing, or show up in just the right way, we can make a connection happen. We believe connection is something we have to earn. This isn't about playing games or acting distant. It's about a deep shift in your inner world that changes absolutely everything on the outside. The problem, the exhausting chase. Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever found yourself trying just a little too hard? This constant state of chasing is exhausting. It's a silent, draining job we don't even realize we signed up for. This is one of the most disempowering beliefs we can have. The agitation, why chasing pushes people away. Here's the counterintuitive truth. The energy of chasing repels. Think about it. This isn't just a spiritual idea. It's backed by psychology. On top of that, our ego craves security. It hates uncertainty and wants to control things to avoid getting hurt. You're accidentally putting them on a pedestal, which automatically puts you in a lower status position. The solution, the art of energetic detachment. So if chasing is the problem, what's the solution? Pillar 1, the power of a full cup. The first pillar is building a life that is so fulfilling on its own that a relationship or external win is a wonderful bonus, not a desperate need. This means you have to get serious about your own growth. You stop showing up to conversations with an empty cup, asking others to fill it. Pillar 2, the art of the unbothered frame. The second pillar is cultivating an unbothered frame. This is that quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from being secure in who you are. An unbothered frame means you're not easily knocked off balance by what other people do or say. This frame is built on clear boundaries. Boundaries are just the loving rules you set for yourself and for how others engage with you. Pillar 3, from chasing to attracting, the energetic shift. The final pillar is where the magic really happens. It's the shift from chasing to attracting. When you're focused on lack and seeking validation, your presence can feel anxious and chaotic to others. This is the heart of detaching with love. You can still care about people and be open to connection, but you aren't attached to a specific result. This shift from chasing to attracting is a journey, not a quick fix. It starts with the choice to take your power back. Remember that the secret to becoming magnetic is counterintuitive. Stop trying so hard.